Welcome to the Life's Best Medicine podcast, where we are finding hope and healing one episode at a time. No appointment needed, no rubber gloves, and no copay. Just a healthy dose of life lessons to help equip you for this wild journey we call life. Hey everyone, this is a friendly reminder that we are here for entertainment purposes only. We may not even be that entertaining at times, but this is not medical advice. Talk to your doctor, check with your healthcare professionals before making any lifestyle changes or medicine changes. What we're talking about is our clinical experience and what we've seen. And so if you really want our advice, you can consult us. You can actually consult me as a doctor, or you can consult my guest and get all your questions answered. But we can't give free medical advice because we can't pay our bills with that, but we can help to educate you a bit and allow you to think a little bit. And always reach out to your medical professional before making any lifestyle changes. Thank you. Can you believe it's August already? I warned you, this year's passing us by really quickly. Summer's coming to a close, and now we got to start worrying about the holidays and all that kind of stuff on the horizon. But I just want to take a moment and thank my sponsors, keto-mojo.com. It's a great website. If you have a chance to go check out Keto Mojo, that is my go-to for blood ketone levels and sugar checking to double check our continuous glucose monitors. They have a wealth of information there, just tons of fitness advice, nutrition advice, you name it. Go check it out. They have a ton of great lectures there that they've stored over the years, and it really is a great supplement to whatever you're listening to now, just for education. And then, of course, Health Code. Get Health, GETHLTH.com. They're doing great work, and they have vegan offerings for those who choose to go that plant-based route. Also, their traditional chocolate and vanilla shakes are amazing. So go check out Get Health, GETHLTH.com. Discount code METHEALTH, METHEALTH. And also you can find out some of their offerings as far as education. Also, they have a great website with tons of recipes and, to get you through the rest of the summer, some great ideas. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Life's Best Medicine. Today is a little bit more somber note of a discussion, I think, but I think it's important. It's been on my heart lately. And as a matter of fact, I saw several people posting on social media about this. And, one of the things I've noticed is that a lot of people, friends of mine, new patients coming in, have declined dramatically over the last couple of years. And, there's so many factors involved. I don't want to get into the political aspects of it, but there's a lot of people out there. And if your family is going through this also, I think it's really important to, discuss these things. There's some people are having a lot of cognitive decline, memory problems that just kind of came out of nowhere. They were doing fine 3 years ago, and all of a sudden they've really gone downhill, or being sedentary and in bed. And, again, I just wanted to readdress this whole thing with metabolic health, of what we can do to give us a better quality of life, a longer quality of life, and not be a burden to our families or feel like we're a burden. Yeah, obviously, we want to care for our parents and make sure they have good lives, especially at the end. But our society's changed dramatically too, where a lot of seniors are in nursing homes and they're not able to be with their kids or grandkids or great grandkids. But these 5 things that go back to this metabolic health, watching the stress, getting enough sleep, don't smoke or drink to excess, exercise regularly, and don't smoke or drink to excess. And enjoying life a little bit. And I think it's so important as we get older. I know we get more aches and pains and our bodies hurt more, but just getting off the couch, watching the news all day is not good for your brain. And I've seen a lot of people, that's what they're doing, that's their activity, or going to doctor's appointments. And so I would say whatever you can do to move. If you don't move at all, try a little something. Try just standing up a little bit, standing up and sitting down in your chair if you have balance issues. We're seeing a lot of neurologic things. I've had multiple patients coming with new neurologic complaints, and again, slowing mentation, feeling fatigued, and really mood stuff, not having that engagement. So if you do have a parent who's alone, try to reach out, maybe make the phone call, send a letter. I know I've been negligent at that in recent times because I've been so busy, but that's something you do. Just reach out, appreciate, tell them that you appreciate them, send a note, call, stop by if you can. I know for my parents, it's a highlight. It's just nice to spend time with them, and it's hard for us to see, our parents decline. People that maybe used to be really active or mentally clear, kind of slowing down. So it's definitely affecting me and my stress level a bit. And I think the other thing is it's hard. I've had this topic, this discussion actually with four patients in the last week of, what are your wishes if things were to go south? We're all going to go there. So I think really saying, hey, letting your kids know, my parents have done that. They made their wishes very clear as far as if you want to be resuscitated or not resuscitated. If you don't have that written down, please get that written down somewhere, or at least talk to your kids about it or talk to your parents about it. It's never a fun conversation, and I know this isn't like a heart uplifting discussion, but it's something we should think about. I know when I did my trust and thinking like who would raise my kids when they were little and and end of life stuff. It's very morbid, and we don't like to think about it, but it's so critically important. I've been there in the emergency room and in the intensive care unit where half the family says dad wants everything done, the other half says he doesn't want it done, and you see the disasters that happen, the family conflicts, and in a stressful time, we're not at our best. So maybe in the next week or two or time when you say, hey, let's talk about these things. Let's just get it out. And we just did this with my in-laws, and it was really a great discussion, and they handled it very well. And I asked him what it was like talking about, what do you want if one of us dies or one of us is in a nursing home? And it was so freeing. He said, they said it was freeing to be able to at least say, here's what our wishes are. Let everyone be on the same page. The worst thing you could do is have family conflict. It's a stressful time and no one's at their best behavior or patience level at that time. So I'm just seeing rapid declines in people right now. And yeah, of course, we have some people that we're focusing on metabolic health now, and they're turning that corner, and they're getting better and stronger and more mentally clear, and their mood may be getting better. And so there are some steps we could take, even if it's just doing light bands, if your shoulders hurt, if it's just standing up for a while and sitting down, or going outside and sitting in the sun for a couple of minutes instead of being in that dark room. If there's things you enjoy, if you're a senior and you could go to a social club, or there's something that you really like, go for it, and us, maybe some of the younger generation saying, what would you do if you could do anything? Mom, was there somewhere you'd want to go? Dad, what hobbies would you like to pick up? What would you like to learn? Do you have favorite songs? And sometimes being around seniors, or playing cards, doing anything to stimulate your brain is going to be helpful in the long run, even in the short run. But so many people I've talked to said, I'm just kind of waiting to die. I lived my life, I retired. Now, maybe your wife died, your husband died, or you're, not in the situation you thought you'd be in, or in the health you thought you'd be in. But don't give up. There's always something you can do. You can reach out, talk to a neighbor, meet someone down the street, join a club, like I said. Um, but I'm amazed at how many people really don't have a hobby. And if your vision's going, then listen to books on tape. Do something to help you get through the day. And if we can reach out to people, neighbors who are struggling, it's just such a kind thing, because when someone's lonely and sad, it makes a huge difference, and I see that in my parents just visiting and being there, and you wish you could be there more often, but just saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, quick call, whatever it might be. Or if you've had you know struggles with your parents, then it might be time to make some amends, and try to overlook some of their shortcomings. And I've seen so many people just recently, it's devastating, really. I mean, it's excuse me, it's been hard to see people with strokes out of the blue, and now they can't do anything they thought they would be doing in retirement. And how do we make the best of our situation. And sometimes we're dealt a bad hand or we have bad luck, but a lot of this is within our power. So if you're younger and declining, say, hey, let me turn this around. Let me see what I can do. If I can get to the gym, even if I hate it, or go swimming, or go for a hike, or do anything you can do to move a little bit. Because I see that people who stop moving, there's an old saying that says, if there's nothing that gets you out of bed in the morning, sooner or later you just don't get out of bed, because you could just lay there and wallow in your sorrows or whatever it might be. But look for encouraging things, look for encouraging people around you, and that would be life's best medicine, just to live your life and drop dead one day, and then you go on to whatever you believe you go on to, but living in fear and sadness is just such a hard thing. And there's so many people kind of just languishing away, and there are some places of hope. Or I just saw something that I love today, that was a guy who goes to senior facilities, and he thinks of new games for them to play, and he gets these people going. Hopefully I can get him on the podcast one day. Maybe I'll reach out to him. But it's really cool that they could, things that you could play with vacuum cleaners, or different games you could play, just to keep that brain going. And people who understand know what I'm talking about, whether it's learning a new language, or listening to music from your childhood. Anything you can do, um, it's definitely good. It's definitely good being around positive people and positivity. These kind of things, I've seen people flourish that were lonely and sad, and then they meet someone to go, on a cruise with, or to go to the park with. I don't care. Feed birds if that makes you happy, but find your life's best medicine. That's why we did this podcast, to talk about what's life's best medicine for you. It doesn't matter what everyone else's life's best medicine. There's something that you enjoy, something that makes you laugh, whatever's silly, whatever gives you purpose and meaning. And whether it's church, whether it's yoga class, whether it's playing marbles, I don't care, playing jacks like you used to when you were a kid, or cribbage, or whatever it might be, any kind of game. Just stimulate the brain, because I know that we could, at least if you don't have a longer lifespan, at least you could have a better enjoyment out of it, and build some memories. Because dwelling on what's happening in the world, and being on looking at the news all day is just not, it's not gonna lift you up. It's not gonna be something that you're gonna remember in the next year or two, whatever. So I just see a lot of stress in the impact, and again, there's a lot of people declining very quickly, and family members don't know what to do, and they're kind of helpless, and there's not good services out there a lot of times. So I think having these kind of discussions and saying, maybe I need to, put my life on hold a little bit and go help out with mom and dad, or I need to, go to the senior home and visit people. If you sing, go there and sing, or do whatever. You honestly don't even have to be that talented. It's just being there makes a huge difference. So I hope this helps someone. I just wanted to do a quick episode this week, and just hopefully stimulate some neurons for you to either, try to make your life better, or make your loved one's life better, or friends' lives better. And remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Thanks for listening. And we are going to have some great interviews coming up. It's not just going to be me rambling, but I think this is really important. I think if this makes a difference for one family out there, where they discuss what they want at the end of life, or what's acceptable, what's not, and really just focusing on these things, and just realizing we all come to our end at some point, but make the best of it. Enjoy, and don't let your circumstances determine your mood, or your focus, or your happiness, or your contentment. All right. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to this episode. We greatly appreciate your support. We would greatly appreciate a positive thumbs up on all of the platforms, like iTunes and Spotify, or wherever you're listening. And we just thank you for our Patreon supporters. We greatly appreciate your help in getting this message out. We think there's a lot of important information, and hopefully this helps you. Have a great day, and thank you for listening, and thank you for your support.